You were trying to share it.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, we are live. All right, welcome back, everyone. I think this is episode 34 now. Black and White Takes. We're here for the very quick week 2 review because with no bye weeks, we just have another full slate of games to get into. So we'll get into week 3 here in a second. But recapping week 2, so we tried a new format. Each of us individually came up with 3 picks rather than coming up with 5 picks for the entirety or for the group, I should say. Um, Not the best week for me, guys. I'm just going to go outright and say it. I didn't catch any breaks. I had to stick with the Washington Commanders, who obviously were embarrassed on Thursday Night Football. We already recapped that one. But besides that, I was on Kansas City. I talked about it a lot. I said it's a spot I'm always going to take when Mahomes is a home dog. And I think we know how that played out. Travis Kelce and then Jalen Hurts is the tush push king. So that did not cash either. But I did have one winner, which I was happy about and confident about, and it was the continuation of Daniel Dimes. Indianapolis plus 2.5. Never a sweat, but it actually was, and they actually ended up winning outright. So that was a fun win. Yeah, Jay, I got you real quick.
Appreciate it, brother.
Simi, I'm gonna let you talk about your picks. So you had Detroit that cashed, Tennessee, and then Baltimore. What were your thoughts? You went 2-1. What are the highs
Yeah,
and lows?
some nice looks. I'd say the high was the Detroit Lions. That was just a clean read starting on Tuesday. I know Jay and I like that one off the rip. And that one cashed, no sweat. The Ravens was, no sweat as well. Another decent read. What was the last one? The Titans. That one, this team is kind of a pain to bet. I know I said I want to back them a lot. I'm not off the train just yet, but this team is full of pain to gamble on. But yeah, I'll probably be back on them this week. I'm not going to lie.
Y'all both faded me there, and once again.
Yeah, Rams look pretty
I know,
solid.
Jay, get into your picks, Jay. You also were 2-1.
Yeah, man.
Great week.
I was also 2-1. Really good week. And then also I gave heavy leans with the Bengals minus 3.5. Somehow that covered. Don't know how. And then the money line parlay with the Rams and Bengals also covered. But yeah, pick of the week, Carolina plus 6.5 covered. That was a sweat from the whole run, but it covered. So we'll take it. And then we had obviously Detroit. Don't want to spend too much time there. Easy cover with my boy Alec. I wish Alec would, start, getting on this side of the train because it's a sad day when you fade me, brother. And then obviously I was on Minnesota. I love that play, but I think Cameron brought up a good point. CK, you were talking about how JJ had that baby, and well, he didn't have the baby, but as you said last week, his partner had the baby.
Yes, partner.
And I think it is distracting. It takes a lot to prepare for an NFL game, and that one just didn't go our way. But I didn't lose faith in Minnesota yet. I actually kind of like them. It's a really interesting game with Cincinnati and Minnesota coming up this week. I know we'll get into it, but two, I would say established backups that have won games in the National Football League. Should be a fun one. So let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We'll give a little more of a recap, kind of how we feel with each team as we go through these games. So we've got a lot to get into. I'm excited for week 3 though, because I feel like you can just continue to say this every week, but we really have more than just 1 week or 1 game of data now to work off, and it's really that first week where I feel like I kind of know, even though I really don't, what these teams are made of. So let's get right to Thursday. We've had a huge spread. It jumps out. I think it's actually the biggest spread of the week. But we've got the pathetic, right now at least they're pathetic, Miami Dolphins, who are 0-2, going to Buffalo. And if we know anything about divisional games, when we see dogs in divisional games where teams are very familiar with each other, it makes you want to take them. But we're talking about the Dolphins here, a team that is in a lot of disarray. But we're getting 12.5 points. So Jace, I'll start with you, man. Is this enough points for you to get behind Miami?
Dog. Nah, is not actually, which is crazy. Because I feel like I've been kind of leaning towards the heavy dogs. I mean, obviously, I like leaned towards the Browns last week. But yeah, I always think like that many points in an NFL football game should be like an automatic. Anything over 10.5 is like, to me, is like almost an automatic. But with that being said, the Dolphins look horrible. McDaniel's interview was like, he seems so checked out. Kind of just sick of the team, sick of the antics. Tua is like, Tua's awful, bro. Like Tua's so bad. Like I can't get behind it. And we know who the Buffalo Bills are. They don't mind running up the score. They don't mind really laying it down on them and performing and putting up a lot of points. And I think they're going to do that. And I think this could easily, in my opinion, be like, I could see like a 41-24 game, to be honest. Buffalo just blowing them out.
There you go. Do you like it enough to bet?
We'll see. I'm not there yet, but we'll see. If it's just going to keep getting worse for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. Bills or nothing here. I'm not messing with this Miami squad anymore. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that Mike McDaniel interview was hilarious. He looks like a lost dog or something. Yeah, pretty sad scenes sad scenes in Miami. I'm not messing with this team at all. But yeah, usually I would be tempted by this dog, but not on the road. And yeah, man, I'm completely out on the Miami Dolphins. CK, you want the 12.5 though?
Yeah,
I do, but I don't. So like, maybe if this game was not a Thursday night game, I would consider it. But since it is a Thursday night game and I got burned last week trying to bet an away dog, I'm definitely going to be laying off this one. But to be honest, the only way I would actually think about it, because 12 is kind of a dead number, I would at least need like a 13.5. And it looks like, I mean, there are 12.5s, but there's also 11.5s out there. So if anything, this number could come down more. But I don't know if it's even down enough where I want to take Buffalo as a favorite here. I would just only look for some way to back Miami, but unfortunately that number is not there. So I don't have a lot on this game. I'm actually not really looking forward to the game. I think, unfortunately, Miami's checked out, but hey, maybe they'll prove us wrong. Maybe we get like a 3-touchdown Tyreek Hill game. That is to be determined.
No shot.
All right, let's keep it moving though. So Green Bay is on the road. Obviously, they had the commanding Thursday night win over the Commanders, but they're going on the road now after 2 games at home to Cleveland, who's coming off pretty much getting blown out in Baltimore. Right now, Green Bay is 8.5 point favorites. I'll go first on this one because I have a spot I like. I actually took this number on Sunday night when I first saw it, but I took the Browns +9, which I just think this is way too many points. Joe Flacco had a really bad game against the Ravens. I don't think he's that bad. I still think he's serviceable. And especially after how the Packers have put it on playoff teams, 2 playoff teams in a row at home. I think everyone's just going to be looking and trying to find a way to back the Packers here. So there's 8.5. There still is an 8.5 out there on DraftKings and FanDuel. But a lot of the other books have already come down to 7.5. I love the 8.5. I would bet it again. I'm just going to go ahead and make this one of my official plays for the week. Give me the Cleveland Browns +8.5. Simi, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. CK. I actually, I really love it too. I agree with you. I think the Packers, dude, I think they're going to struggle actually to move the ball against this Browns defense. I think Jordan Love is going to be in a heap of trouble with that pass rush, and they haven't really been that great at running the ball so far this year. I could see the under really hitting here too, especially I think it's supposed to rain in Cleveland this weekend. So give me I could see this really being like a 14-17 ball game. I'm all over it too. I'm leaning towards. I'm not going to give my picks out until Thursday, but or Friday whenever we jump back on. But I really like that play.
Yeah, I'm actually
Yeah,
going to hold
Browns.
off too. I shouldn't have said I'm making an official play, but yeah, I'll come back to it. But I like it. Go ahead.
CK jumped the gun. But yeah, that Browns number kind of jumped off the page as soon as I saw it, which usually isn't a good thing. But in this case, I've been like, I swear I've sent this in a couple group chats. I need to see this Green Bay team play on the road. And I still stand by that. I think, yeah, that home game against the Commanders, Jordan Love looked like he could do basically no wrong. And I haven't seen really that in his past other than week 1, I guess. But yeah, I'd be fading this Green Bay team in their first game on the road. Kind of look for this to be an ugly defensive battle, kind of like Jay was saying.
Yeah, I completely agree. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else left on that game. We're going to get back to it, but as of right now, I really do love that play. And again, I brought it up mainly because I think there's a high chance just with professionals hitting it. Because again, I don't think it's the public bringing this number down, but it seems like, again, this could be 7.5 everywhere. So if you get a chance to take the 8.5, people, I would definitely take it. But let's keep it moving. We've got a divisional game. So the Texans, who just played last night, who had honestly just another disappointing loss, losing in the last minute to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll get to talking about how awesome Baker's been. But CJ Stroud, I mean, it doesn't look like he's recovered yet from this sophomore slump. He played decent in the playoffs last year, but struggled for most of the year. And it's been a pretty rough start. I mean, Nico had a touchdown, I think, on the very first drive. But besides that, I mean, they didn't do much of anything. Like he wasn't. Neither of them were looking good. CJ was not getting it to his guys and looking like he was in the past during his rookie year. But what we have here is Houston is playing Jacksonville, and I know Jay, you're going to have some opinions, some things to share about this Jaguars team after. I mean, that was a demoralizing loss, losing to Jake Browning, essentially. T-Law, what we doing, man? Jay, could you look at all towards back in Jacksonville at home as like a short favorite? They're -1.5 right now.
Dude, absolutely. Actually, I see them at -1 on BetMGM right now. So if I was going to play a side, I'd definitely play the Jaguars right now. I love what Cohen's got going on over there. I love kind of what they did in Cincy. They look good, dude. Like, I mean, outside of Trevor Lawrence being a little inaccurate, having some turnovers, I think people are like kind of overreacting with some of the BTJ stuff. I think they figured that out, and I see them winning this game. The Texans don't look good at all, and I think with Tootin, I think they're finding something in the backfield with Etienne and Tootin, and kind of be able to control the tempo of games at home. Yeah, I love the Jaguars actually -1 here.
Damn, I did not expect that. Simi, what do you think?
This is a nasty game, kind of nasty one. I want to bet the Jaguars, though, too, I think. But I'll probably have more on this on Thursday or Friday when we jump back on. This is just, I need to think about this one.
Yeah, this is I'm just surprised. I thought you guys would have been wanting to ride the Texans with me. But yeah, this is a Texan spot for me. I feel like obviously there's different ways. I mean, I think overall we could say CJ Stroud and Trevor Lawrence are both underperforming as to where they were drafted, being drafted within the top 2 and brought in, and not really young quarterbacks anymore. I mean, they're in year 3 and 5, I think. So they have experience. I mean, they've started full seasons. I think they're both underperforming, but if I could bet on a guy to get it back on track, I still want to go with CJ. I think he's the better quarterback. I think the better quarterback is going to win. So I would definitely be leaning towards the Texans plus 1.5. But we'll have to circle back on this. But Jace, I'm surprised, man, that you're wanting to back the Jags here.
Yeah, man, I don't think CJ finds it back on the road with the Jacksonville team that's playing solid. That's just making some costly mistakes, but they are doing all the right things and they're right there in ball games. It's just like they're just beating themselves, and I don't think they're going to do that against the Texans at home with a Texans team that's just honestly not playing very good.
Hey, man, I guess that's a to be determined. I want to revisit that one for sure. But let's go to the game where we have two new starting quarterbacks. We were just talking about Browning. He finished the game strong, looked pretty good. But we've got him now going on the road to Minnesota to play Carson Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to be honest. I've kind of been a little bearish on McCarthy now. I mean, pretty much since the season started. I really don't think this is as much of a drop off if we're like gauging McCarthy on last week's performance against Atlanta at home. I think obviously Carson Wentz has a lot of experience. He's serviceable. I don't expect Carson Wentz to relive his prime Eagles days, but I just really don't think there's that much of a drop off if you're asking for him to just distribute the ball and try to find a way to get it to Jets. So the number right now is Minnesota -3. What's up?
I was going to say, do you think this is the best situation Carson Wentz has been in, though, in his career? Dude, low key, it might be. It might be with Kevin O'Connell and the weapons that they have. This might be Carson Wentz's best situation.
Didn't he start a game in KC?
Yeah,
but it was week 18 versus like with all the backups. They weren't trying to win that game because they did not want the Bengals to get in.
Okay,
yeah. I think there's definitely a case for that. This is not a bad situation to come into.
Does JJ ever get the starting job?
Anyways,
back?
With that, yeah, definitely.
Sorry,
definitely. But with that being said, I would definitely lean Vikings -3. I know it's at 3. I usually like to take the dog here, but I'm not convinced on Browning. Jay, I feel like you probably feel different. What's on your mind?
Golly. Loki, this is going to be a weird one because I do lean Bengals +3, but I love Justin Jefferson players props for this game specifically because I just remember like the glory days of Carson Wentz of just like hammering Alshon Jeffrey whenever he was playing with him, and just like I could see Carson just overthrowing to him, probably having a couple interceptions, trying to give the ball to him in some bad spots. But I know that's super random, but I do like the Bengals +3 here. I think Jake Browning is serviceable. I think the Bengals know the situation they're in. I think they give Jake Browning a lot of reps in practice and bring him into a lot of the like important meetings because they know at any time, the glass house of Burrow can come shattering down. So it is what it is, and he's going to be ready. Give me Bengals +3.
Damn. All right. Simi, what do you think?
Trash game, bro. If you're betting this game, maybe call that hotline.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Carson Wentz play.
Trash game.
Yeah, I'm watching this.
This is like gun to my head. I'm probably going to take the dog in this. Yeah, I'd probably be on the dog here. Not convincing, though. This is definitely not going to be one of my picks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Vikings are actually a really good team. I mean, we talk about a Brian Flores defense. I just think Burrow is the Bengals, obviously. Like he is the engine. Yes, Browning is serviceable, but I'm just not expecting. I don't know. I just think it's obviously a way bigger hit when you're losing a guy like Burrow compared to McCarthy. So that's just kind of my rationale there. And then also, What'd you say?
I said probably true.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll come back to that. I want to see hopefully some movement one way or the other on that number. I always hate when it's like 3, not 3.5, or not 2.5. But we'll see what we get. Let's move to divisional game. Back to a divisional game. This one's really interesting. But we've got Atlanta going on the road to Carolina, and Atlanta right now is a 5.5-point favorite, which is pretty sizable for a team like Atlanta that's obviously not really proven. Had a good win on Sunday Night Football, but why is Michael Penix getting 5.5 on the road? I think that's kind of wild. Simi, could you find a way to get behind Carolina, or are you just pretty much out on this team?
Yeah, painful team to bet. This is kind of a nice number for them at the crib, though, but I would be on the favorite here. Bijan has been eating, and I feel like the Falcons have just been killing clock with all their drives, too. Very methodical. I'd be on the favorite here.
Jay?
I actually am gonna make this official. I just took it on BetMGM. Give me the Panthers +6. I actually think they win this game.
You love the Panthers nowadays, bro. I respect
Dude,
it.
only in good spots. I love the Panthers in this game. I think the Falcons actually are gonna. They're about 4 games away from firing their coach, in my opinion. It's like
Really?
they couldn't win with Kirk Cousins. They're not gonna win with Michael Penix. Like they need an answer. And yeah, I don't know. I love the Panthers here.
Nice. Yeah, I could get right there with you on the number 6. I really want a 6.5, but I don't think that's going to come. But at +6, yeah, I mean that's a good number.
At home.
So yeah, and Carolina covered last week. They got off to a really slow start again. It did not look like they were going to, but it seems like there's just a lot of backdoor opportunity. And you bring it up. It's also at home against an opponent that they're really familiar with. If I remember correctly, Bryce Young might have had at least one of his best games last season against
Atlanta.
Against Atlanta. Yeah. So I like it. I think that's a decent spot. They brought this up on Sharper Square, but another thing to keep in mind and look at as we go through these games is it's a very high, I think it's like upwards of 60% for these teams that have not covered yet through the first 2 weeks. So I'm being kind of like a trends guy. I'm going to be looking for ways to back some of these teams. I don't know why I brought that up now, because I think both Atlanta and Carolina have at least covered one game, but just something to keep in mind. But let's keep it moving. Let's go to let's talk about my Steelers. They're going on the road to New England, who was able to get it done against, in my opinion, an awful Miami team. The Steelers lost pretty embarrassingly to Sam Darnold at home. I mean, the viral clip of Caleb Johnson essentially giving them a free touchdown is wild. Complete mental error, but there's no excuses. If you're out there, you got to be coached up, ready to go. I think Tomlin's going to be pissed. It's going to be hell in practice, hopefully this week for that defense, because they have not been able to figure anything out, and they are by far the highest paid defense in the league. And somehow we're just letting people score all over us. But we are going to New England. Drake May, I'm not going to overhype him. I think he's serviceable. I don't think New England's a good team, but for Pittsburgh to be favored here, -1.5, Simi, do you think that's like a little pushing it, or should New England be favored? What do you think?
Yeah, it's some pretty strong stuff. Laying a road favorite, small number. I guess I would expect the line to be a little more like New England -2.5. But yeah, this is a very weird one. It seems like that New England plus number is just calling all of the public to line up at the window and take that thing. So this one's tricky. I'll have to look at this, and probably we'll have more on Thursday. Not sure here just yet, though.
Yeah, this is going to be a stay away for me. But I will say, I think DraftKings has you could get a New England plus 2.5. I actually really like that. But that's the only thing I'd even think about betting. Jay, what do you think?
I have a heavy lean to New England here. At home, dog. I'm not sure what's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers at all. Decently athletic quarterback against that defense, which we have seen gives them trouble with Justin Fields. And then, Sam Darnold's not even athletic, and he did all right. Drake May might turn run game. So I really have no reason to back the Steelers here. So I do have a pretty heavy lean to, especially if DraftKings is holding a 2.5. That might be a must bet.
Yeah,
those New England backs are pretty lit. The three, or maybe not even Travion, but just Ramondre and Gibby are pretty damn solid 1-2.
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, we'll come back to this one. Obviously, I don't want to say too much, but I can't. I'm having trouble finding a way to back the Steelers. I did cash on them nicely. Glad I was on the right side of the Seattle game. So shout out to Sam Darnold for that. Jay, let's talk about your Eagles, man. They're coming back home. They're facing a team.
Take it easy.
They're facing a team that you have been pretty heavy on, pretty high on. I remember even in the offseason and even big on last week, and they got it done. So the Rams are coming to Philly. This is a rematch of the divisional NFC divisional round in the playoffs last year. Right now, Philly's minus 3.5. We rocking with the Rams or what?
Yeah, give me Rams plus 3.5 all day. I actually think they light up the Eagles defense, and the Eagles come back down to earth. We see Jalen Hurts actually have to, throw the ball over 10 yards, and he can't do it. So with that being said, Rams cover easy. Actually, I would be money line. I have like a chance. Like if it's, I could see them hitting the money line here too. To be honest, going in to Philly and beating them.
Dang.
Sorry, I was jammed up there.
That'd be wild. Okay. Simi, what do you think?
Interesting one. Probably the second best game of the slate, in my opinion. And CK, what's the number again? 4.5?
Philly minus 3.5.
It opened up at 4.5, and it's already down to 3.5. Let me see if I can get 4.5 right now.
3.5 everywhere.
Yeah. She's kind of a rematch, or definitely a rematch from last year in the playoffs. And damn, this is tough. Kind of depends on the number that I'm getting.
The receivers are going to eat, bro. They're going to abuse that Philly secondary.
But I feel like Saquon eats in this matchup too. Definitely not worried about Hurts getting vertical or throwing the ball past 10 yards.
No shot.
He's almost rendered Devontae Smith useless in fantasy, which sucks. Same with AJ. Awful.
Terrible.
I'd be looking towards the Rams at any number above 3, though. Yeah, kind of agree with Jay.
Hey, I feel that. I can just already tell you this is gonna be a stay away from me. I really don't have a read on this. This is just a game I'm gonna watch and pack away what happens. So I'll be taking notes. We'll put it that way. But we'll see how I feel on Thursday. But nothing at 3.5. I actually would, if anything, I would probably lean Eagles, believe it or not. But all right. Let's go to DC. Commanders coming back home after really an embarrassing loss. I still can't get over that. Probably just because I bet the game. It was a lot more excruciating to watch. But they are having the Raiders come to town after a disappointing Monday night performance last night for them against the Chargers. Same exact number here right now. The Commanders are -3.5 everywhere. I'll just go ahead and give my side. I have no side. This is just another game I'm going to be wanting to watch. I don't want to overreact to either team's poor performance in week 2, but I still have a lot of question marks about Washington. And also, I believe, Simi, maybe you can fill in, but I think Jaden Daniels might be questionable, right? So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, Jaden, I think he has a knee sprain, which I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play, to be honest. So yeah, this one's got some murkiness around it.
Yeah, this is a stay away, man. Jay, what do you think? You got anything?
Yeah, if Jaden Daniels is a go, this is a heavy bet for Washington here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I'd even bet them at a small number if Mariota started.
Yeah, true. I do.
Okay.
I do not like the Raiders.
Raiders on short week and cross country travel.
Dude, yeah.
Not a great spot.
Not a great spot. The Commanders are getting extra time off, so I do think Jaden Daniels is actually going to go. And then, yeah, I mean, we know. And the the Commanders are only going to be getting better. Like McLaurin had a short camp, if you can even say he had a camp. And then Debo has looked awesome. So, I mean, honestly, I think it's actually helped the Commanders that McLaurin was out, because we see what Jaden and Debo's connection already is, his connection with Ertz. I think it's just going to keep improving. I could actually see everything clicking this game against a sorry Raiders team, and they winning by a good 7 points here.
Yeah, nothing there for me right now. If anything, I'd be maybe the Raiders, but I don't even.
And that's
know.
why you're 1-2 last week.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you hiding. CK hiding, bro.
I'm hiding like Biden.
Yep, just like Biden. All right. Well, I do have something on the next game. I've been saying I'm off every game, it feels like, but we've got the Jets coming to Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay has been super impressive. I think they're the first team to win back-to-back games where they were down in the last minute, and were able to come back and actually get it done. I don't think that it's actually going to be a method that's going to work in the long run for the Bucs. Like, they're going to have to find a way where they're not able to, be behind for a majority of the game. But nonetheless, Baker's making plays when he needs to. I think that's kind of the bigger takeaway. He looks great. We talked about him obviously being in our top 10 quarterbacks when we went through the list, and he is definitely living up to that. But 7 points type of live up to, I don't think so. So I love the Jets here. The Jets +7. I've already bet it. It's come down to 6.5 at some places. This is going to be a pros Joe's. You're only going to see probably pro money is what's going to bring this down, if anything. But also keep in mind, Justin Fields might not even go this game. I don't think that really matters. I actually kind of hope he doesn't for some reason. I just think he's really inconsistent. I think he brings upside, but he's inconsistent week to week. Tyrod Taylor is their backup, who's a longtime veteran in this league, very serviceable. And if you're giving me 7 points, I think they can get it done. I don't think the Bucs know how to actually put away teams. They're always going to let you hang. They'll play down to your level. And this will end up being a close game, believe it or not. So give me the Jets +7. Jay, why are you making that face?
Jay hated that.
Yeah, that's just word vomit.
That's good. I like that.
That was word vomit. I can't believe you're betting this game. This is a stay away for me. I could see the Bucs blowing them out. Yeah, no. This is a stay away.
You can't get behind the Bucs? You don't have any big balls?
I'm not gonna get behind the Bucs. Nah, I'm not gonna bet the Bucs, because like you said, it is a lot of points. And just with the uncertainty of Fields playing or not, I'm not gonna get there. We'll revisit it on Thursday or on Friday or Thursday whenever we go again. But yeah. I don't know how you back the Bucs here or the Jets here. Very interesting.
Simi, what do you think?
This is in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I feel like the Jets was kind of a cute, sharp spot last week, and that just got steamrolled. And that makes me not want to touch this number at all. It feels like the same. It's kind of functioning the same way.
Yeah, I agree, Alec.
And yeah, I mean, these cute, sharp spots it's cool, but I mean, sometimes the Joe stuff just hits, man. It pays to be a square these first couple weeks, honestly.
Yeah. That's why
Get
Jay's
the-
doing well.
Yeah, get the Bucks in the parlay. Get them
Hey,
tees
dude,
down
come
to
on.
3.
Take it easy.
It pays to be a square, man.
So
For real.
disrespectful.
Kind of paid last year too.
It did. Yeah.
And the year
I love
before
the
that,
Jets here.
I've
Simon
won
talked
pick'em
me
with
into
you
this one.
clowns 3 years in a row.
Yeah, request up for that, Jay. I owe you.
Yeah,
I owe
I'm
you
gonna
10
request
bucks,
you
bro.
clowns for pick'em.
Jeez. What else? I think I wanted to say one more thing on this game. So yeah, Jets +7. I've already bet it. Yeah, we'll come back to it because I do want to see how this number moves depending on if Fields is going or not. So
You
we'll
just
come back
betting
to
with
that.
Simon bets, bro.
No, I disagree with Simon on a lot. I've disagreed with him a lot this year, but he talked me into this one specifically, so I'll give him his credit.
Come on, man. I need you a lot.
Like the next game, I actually disagree with Simon on. So let's talk about it. Indianapolis is going Danny Dimes 2-0. We're talking arguably, I mean, this team has been probably the most impressive team so far this year. They haven't punted yet, which is crazy, but they're going on the road to Tennessee to face a divisional opponent, the Titans. Right now, this line is at -3.5. I think that moved, right? Wasn't it? Or no, I think it's been there actually. It's been -3.5. There's actually a 4 right now on Fanatics, which is kind of crazy. But since it's mainly at -3.5, I mean, guys, this is going to be a lean to the Titans for me. We're talking about a team that's overinflated. I did back the Colts last week. I love them there, but we're here to make money. So there's no emotion in here. You'll realize with a guy like Jace, who's a Joe, he's going to bet the same teams each week because it's an emotional game. But with me, I'm here to make money, so I have no issue making money.
How's
on
that
the team
doing
and
for
then
you,
fading them
brother?
The next week.
You were 1-2 last week.
So yeah, give me the Titans +3.5. I love this number. I think they get brought back down to earth. I think Cam Ward's that guy still. I think he's gonna actually get it together hopefully this week. Simi, you with me or what?
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, like I said, the Titans I want to back this team, and this is kind of another pros Joe's feeling cute, sharp spot. And 3.5, I would have to be on the Titans at the crib. But I know who Jay's going to take.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weird number. I actually think that I'm just surprised this number isn't bigger, which is kind of scary. But more so if you like the Colts, because, yeah, I don't know. The Titans haven't really done anything where it's like, okay, they're competent. And then the Colts have done nothing but prove they're that team. Jay, what do you think? Give me your Joe side.
Yeah, you guys are full of it. This is great. I love being in the foxhole on this against two complete idiots. Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor is gonna have another day. They're completely going to control time of possession and control the Titans when it comes to just moving the ball up and down the field. I don't think the Titans can really do anything. I think the Titans suck. Cam Ward sure can make some decent throws, but BC, the Titans are just an overall bad team. And, it's 3.5 only because they're playing at home, but we know that it doesn't matter. The Titans lose everywhere. So with that being said, give me the Colts -3.5, easy cover. They're going to blow them out. This game isn't going to be close. They're going to run the ball all over the Titans. Easy, free money.
Hey, I like the foxholes. I like when one person's in the foxhole. So I'll respect it, but respectfully disagree. But let's keep it moving. Saints Rattler, Kamara, Olave going on the road, finally leaving the dome. I don't think they covered last week. Have they? I wanted to almost say they're 2-0 against the spread, but they might be 0-2. I have no clue. But they have kind of held their own at home. No one expected them to be a good team. They're not a good team. They're not
Yeah, they're
actually in these
0-2.
games to win. They're 0-2 against the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know they've been close. Like I think even last week they lost within 7. Like they're not getting blown out by more than 6 or a touchdown. But yeah, but they're going on the road now, and they're going all the way to Seattle. Seattle right now is a -7.5 point favorite, which is a huge number. Obviously, we talked about Seattle a little bit. They had a very impressive win in Pittsburgh. Say what you want about the Steelers. I still think the Seahawks looked really good. They made the most of their opportunities. Sam Darnold, people wanted to chalk up a lot to Kevin O'Connell. We talk about how great he is all the time, but I mean, he's showing like he's got it in himself as well. So he's been very efficient. I've been impressed by this offense. They've got great pieces on defense, but at -7.5, there's no way I could look to them here. This is a stay away for me. I'd want to think about backing the Saints, but I would need a number like the Browns are getting to even think about it. So I'd need 8.5 or 9. Simi, what do you think?
Give me this chalk, bruh. I think this is official. This might be my first official, yeah.
Oh shit. He said, give it to me.
Wow.
He said, I'm not even waiting until Friday. Oh.
Yeah, give me this dang 7.5.
He said, give me this, man.
The Saints are finally leaving the crib, and I think this is going to be a disaster for them.
Hey, that's fair. Jay, what do you think?
Dude, I kind of lean with Alec.
Damn.
Yeah, I think this is a disaster for the Saints.
Fair enough, man.
Get square.
Spencer Rattler going into Seattle. Yeah, this just has a recipe for like a 3 interception game. Just maybe getting injured. Like, it's just gonna be a rough night for him.
Facts. Cool. Well, let's keep it moving. We're obviously into the 4:00 slate now. I'm excited for this next game. This might actually be the game I'm most excited for, just as like a better and just NFL fan. But we've got Denver, Jace. Your Broncos are going on the road to LA to play the Chargers, who are 2-0. Denver, I mean, very well could have won last week if there wasn't a penalty at the end. But either way, they lost to the Colts. Didn't even look that impressive against the Titans. This is crazy that the Chargers are now going to be playing 3 divisional games in a row and have a chance to go 3-0 against them. I think that would set them up as like probably above -200 favorites if they win this game to win the division. They've had a great start to the year. But I've talked about it. I've been very annoyed just how high everyone has been on Denver. I thought they were overhyped coming into the season. I made money barely on the Titans covering the 8.5 week 1. And then I made money fading Denver again against the Colts. So we were talking earlier about teams that haven't covered yet. Denver hasn't. They're 1-1 though. We still know they're a good team, but I don't think they've put it all together where it's like, okay, we haven't seen what their potential is. But nonetheless, I could only look towards Denver here. I've actually already taken a little bit of Denver at +3, even though I'm pissed Fanatics limited my bet, but there is a +3 out there. But for the most part, this is 2.5 everywhere. I still love the 2.5. I actually think Denver wins this game. Chargers get brought back down to earth. You with me, Jace? Jay has no clue on this one.
Yeah, I have no clue. This one, I'm lost.
All right, well, it's okay. You can
headlights. Yeah, give me till Friday.
Let
me
you don't have to.
Let me hit the drawing board for this one. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to have a hot take on them all, man. So that's fair.
I got chalk something up here.
All right, Simi, what do you think?
I guess this line opened at 2.5, huh?
I'm seeing it opened at 1.5, and now it's at 2.5.
1.5, dude. That reeks. Correct. That absolutely reeks. they're asking people to line up at the window and take the Chargers.
Yep.
That's
You
how
like the
Alec.
Chargers?
This is how Simi views betting.
And I understand that. I'm honestly starting to get behind this Justin Herbert MVP campaign, honestly. You guys putting together a year, and we got Joe Burrow out of the way. So no more Burrow MVP. I really like this beginning of the year that Herbo has put together. But with that being said, this line stinks real bad. So initially I'd look towards the Broncos, but not in a rush to bet this, I guess. I kind of want to see the number move.
Facts. Okay, yeah, we'll revisit that one. I love the Broncos here. This is just, I could only look towards the Broncos, but let's keep it moving. I'm jammed on this game, but I want to get your guys' thoughts. Dallas is going to Chicago. I actually don't know why the Bears are favorited. And then listening to Sharper Square, Simon saying you got to take the Bears, which I actually still can't wrap my mind around. So right now, this is just a stay away. I don't know why I wouldn't. If I had to bet it, I don't know why I wouldn't pick Dallas as a dog. You know what I mean, Jace?
Yeah, I know, Jam. Give me Dallas plus 1.5.
I know, Jam.
I ain't betting Caleb Williams ever. Not in my life. You could put a gun in my head. I ain't betting that clown.
It's just because the nails for you, man.
What?
It's just because the nails for you.
It's a lot of things, man. I ain't betting that.
Simi, what do you think?
Yeah, stinky line. I can see why Simon Sharp in
Why?
quotations.
Why
I
can you see why?
I can see why he likes it.
Why?
But this Bears team sucks, bro.
They're so bad. Are you gonna lose money on the Bears again, bro?
I never want to back this team. Maybe ever again. They're terrible, bro. But why is this line this line? CK?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. I'm trying to figure it out, man. Like, I think it's got to be a trap. I don't know. That's why I'm not going to bet Dallas. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, Dallas kind of sucks too, to be honest.
Is Dallas like awful after playoff games or something? Like, or not playoff games, overtime games? Like what?
I don't think Dallas is awful. Like they can move the ball, they can score. I think their defense is awful, and I think
is there like some outlier though that's like you never take the Cowboys in this spot or something? Like are they just bad when they lose 2 in a row, or I don't know? Right? Haven't they lost 2 in a row? They opened up 0-2, like, and they get to play the Bears, and then you're gonna sit them at
spread. What are you talking about?
Well, no, they've lost. No, I'm not even thinking. Did they? Oh, they hit the field goal win. You're right. They were losing that game.
Yeah, they were losing that game. But I think, again, the biggest thing is their defense. Like, Dak can rally. Dak can score points. I'm not really too concerned about that. My concern is going to be the defense. But that's why this is such a big test. Like, if Caleb can't do anything against the Cowboys defense, I think it's over in Chicago.
Curtains.
That's all I'm going to say.
Curtains. This is the Chicago desperation spot, though.
It is.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a great point. It is a desperation spot, beyond desperation.
For Ben Johnson, too, he kind of looks like a fool so far.
Nah, it's not on Ben Johnson. You have Nail Boy as your quarterback. That ain't his fault. If I'm Ben Johnson, though, I'm sitting that guy. It's a kid's show.
I actually really like their backup quarterback, Tyson Bagent.
Yeah, put him out there.
Yeah, man.
The Cowboys.
I guess I would like for the Bears running game to be a little better too. Swift is super shaky, man.
Can't hit a hole.
Chicago is 8-3. That's straight up. Wait, are they really 8-3 in their last 11 games? Home games? That's kind of wild. I didn't know that. But they also, Chicago has the worst defense so far. Just in terms of points per game through week 2. So yeah, I don't know. Let's come back to this one. I kind of want to, sometimes line movement is nice because it kind of just shows what the books or where the money's coming in. But we can come back to this one. Let's not overthink it. This next game, same exact line. It is a divisional game. I have no thoughts on this. I'm like a deer in headlights right now, but it's Arizona and San Francisco. In San Francisco, San Francisco's a minus 1.5 point favorite. I will point out, though, both of these teams are 2-0. Kind of a quiet 2-0 for both of these teams. They've played pretty bad teams, you could say, like teams that we like. They haven't really. Neither of these teams have beat a team where we're like, wow. I mean, you could say week one. I would say actually maybe San Francisco beating Seattle, and Seattle was a big win. But I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be Mac Jones versus Kyler Murray. I have no read here. Simi, you have anything?
Tough one, kind of. I want to take the Niners in this, though. I honestly like how they function with Mac Jones. And at the crib. Yeah, I'd be on the Niners here. I almost want to take it now, but I'm going to wait until a couple of days to see if this line moves at all. But yeah, kind of almost heavy lean to Niners.
Wow. Jace?
I agree with Semi. Heavy lean to the Niners. Home opener against a Cardinals team, dude, that we don't know. I don't think they're very good. Struggled against. I mean, they've had the two worst teams in the league. Struggle against the Saints. Say what you want, but beat the Panthers by 5. I mean, I actually think the 49ers probably run the ball all over Arizona and dominate this football game. Mac Jones lets it loose because, I mean, once you establish a run game, it'll happen. Yeah, I think the 49ers win by at least a field goal or more.
Yeah, any trends I'm seeing right now just would actually point towards the Cardinals, but I still don't have a read. It's saying that the 49ers don't operate well as a short home favorite, and the Cardinals actually do well as a road dog, which I could kind of see, but nothing here now. We'll come back to this one. Interesting to hear where you guys are at, though, on that. Let's get to Sunday Night Football. I mean, we have 2 0-2 teams going at it for Sunday Night Football. We've got Mahomes beyond desperate. I mean, I guess we could call the Giants desperate too, but really the big story is going to be the Chiefs facing the possibility of 0-3. Simi, what do you think? Right now, the lines, Kansas City minus 5.5.
Is this in Arrowhead?
No.
Or the Meadowlands?
MetLife.
Try and go to the game, Alec.
Son, this would be a fun game to be at.
I know.
The 2 light-skinned quarterbacks. I kind of want Xavier Worthy to be in, but I lean the Chiefs here pretty heavy. I think the Giants may have a little bit of fluff in their number just based on how they played offensively versus the Cowboys. But I think, like you said, that Cowboys defense is so terrible. And then this is Russell Wilson versus the Spags defense now. So I'd be on the Chiefs here, but really want to see Worthy in.
Jace?
I love the Giants here. Plus 5.5. If I can get a +6.
You can get that. I think actually there might be a 6.5 out there, believe it or not, on BetMGM.
Yeah. It's still out there? Let me look. If it's out there, I'm taking it right now. I love the Giants here. Actually, it's weird. I would not be surprised if they won this game. I know that's crazy to say. It's, like Alex said, especially if Xavier Worthy doesn't play with that D line of the Giants. I think Mahomes. I think he's gonna struggle. We'll see though.
You for real?
Yeah, for real. Brian Burns, baby. Come on.
Hey, fair enough. Interesting. I didn't expect that. Yeah, I will say, dude, 6.5. Whew, that is a really good number.
It's 6.5. I'm taking it.
Yeah, so I did already bet the Chiefs, but I would only anything above 5.5, I would not touch on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are a lock to win this game. I am going to be sifting the board very hard to try to find a team to maybe parlay them with in terms of money line parlay. But at 5.5, I love the Chiefs. I think that this is a great spot. Again, this is desperation. This is, this is all or nothing. Could you imagine the Chiefs being 0-3 and losing to the Giants? I literally can't. So, I think that the Giants. I think Simi brought it up. Spags defense not going to be good for Russ.
Bro, they
Yeah.
haven't been that good this year.
The defense.
Yeah, they haven't been great.
Yeah, they haven't been great, but again, I trust the system.
They've been
I
actually
trust
pretty
the
bad.
culture.
Snead has been pretty bad in coverage.
Yeah, but honestly, I really think if their defense would have just shored up, wait, what Snead? But anyways, if their defense would have just shored up somehow
What?
towards the end of the first two, Snead's not even on the team, bro. He's on the Titans.
No, wait, what's the guy?
Snead ain't been on the team since like 2022.
Think about McDuffie.
Hold on.
McDuffie.
That's
Or
what I was
Jalen
thinking.
Watson.
McDuffie. My bad.
Oh,
No,
okay, my bad.
McDuffie.
You're
I was
good.
thinking McDuffie. McDuffie has been bad in coverage. My bad.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing well. But yeah, this is a 5.5. This is an auto bet. But again, I am a little biased for the Chiefs. It can come to burn me like it did last week. I want to take a look real quick, see if there's any trends that stand out. And the Chiefs are 9-1 versus the Giants against the spread in the last 10. So this dates back to 2013. So they're 1-9 against the spread, but 6-4 straight up. That's kind of crazy. So, that kind of tells you right there. But again, we know this. Like, that's the fear, is that it is going to be a close game. But I'm just trusting somehow they get it done. 20-14 Chiefs. Give it to me. All right. Last but not least, I'm not going to lie. I'm jammed on this line movement and where this line's at. But we've got the 1-1 Baltimore Ravens hosting the Lions on Monday Night Football. The Lions are coming off. Both of these teams are coming off, I would say, impressive wins against divisional foes. Both won by double digits. We're getting, most people critique Goff when it comes to cold weather. It's not going to be cold, but it is getting Goff outside of the indoor stadium they play in Detroit. But this number, we got to talk about it. So I'm seeing, for the most part, 5.5. I see 5s. I see 4.5s. But we'll just say Baltimore minus 5.5. Talk to me, Jace. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I'm jammed here, brother. I'm jammed.
I feel like I could only look towards the Lions. I'll put that out there. Simi, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. This Baltimore defense might suffer in this matchup. Probably same with the Lions defense, but I guess I expect the Ravens to. Actually, never mind. The Lions are probably going to run the ball with ease too. Yeah, this could be high scoring. I don't see any way this isn't high scoring. I think these two defenses are just not great. And Roquan Smith in any kind of pass coverage versus Jameson Williams, St. Brown, he's cooked, man. I would lean towards the Lions here. Yeah, especially at 5.5. Maybe if this was, I kind of like this to land on like a field goal in one way.
Yeah, me as well. Also, this game does have the highest total of the week. It's at 51.5.
Yeah, I don't see how this isn't high scoring. You never know with the primetime games, I guess, but
primetime at Baltimore, dude, I don't know. Dude, that Packers game is really throwing me off with Detroit, though. I'll be honest. They look so poor offensively in that game.
Yeah, and so did the Commanders.
So do the Commanders, though. Like, is Green Bay really this good this year?
Their Packers defense at the crib has to be top 5 in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As road underdogs, the Lions are 7-3 ATS, 70% since 2024. As underdogs of 5+ points, the Lions are 6-2 against the spread. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, give me Detroit plus 5.5. Next question.
Only 45% of the bets are on Lions plus 5.5 at this point. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, I just can't look towards Baltimore at all. Like I would need like, I mean, I think at this line should be 3.5 or yeah, it should
I
be three and a
agree.
half. Should be 3.5. So I think we're getting a couple points possibly of value. Grok said, I'm listening to Grok. He's giving me betting advice now. Freaking clown. But he said I'd fade Baltimore minus 5.5 and play Lions plus 5.5 as a strong side, with a projected score of Ravens 30-24, enough for Detroit to cover. Is Grok? That's not covering.
Brock's an
Grok.
idiot, bro.
Yeah, like that's literally not covering. Are you brain dead? But anyways, enough of Grok. Enough of going through all these games. We made it through, guys. Jace, you got anything else before we get out of here?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. I got to win this week, man. I need a 3-0 week. I'm going to be studying hard on these lines to make sure I take y'all out. I think how we should do it. Go ahead.
Pay up.
Pay up, man. Come on, man.
Hey,
I enjoy the donations from you guys. It's great. It's great. I love playing Pick'em with you guys. I wish more people would play with us.
Easy, bro. I won week 1.
True, you did.
J-Mart probably would have won both weeks, honestly.
Yeah.
Square Joe.
Sure, if he was just square, yeah.
I mean,
but it's always Alec. You always get your random wins in, and then you'll go silent for about 9 weeks.
Yeah, that's facts. I'm gonna try to avoid it.
What's the worst week someone's had? Like 4 or 3, maybe.
I think you had a 3. Yeah, I think you had a 3 1 week last year. Because you bet like all dogs last. Remember last year you were betting all dogs, and like early the season, like favorites were covering at like an unprecedented. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was historic, bro. I was getting wrecked. Yeah, it's crazy. Simi, you got anything else, man?
Yeah, yo, just one thing. Could I get a fantasy star and a fantasy clown from week 2?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question. Let's see. Fantasy's been interesting, to say the least. Are we just looking at week 2, or are we doing it like so far? I guess we'll just look at week 2. Week 2. You got anything, Jay?
Yeah, I do. I have 2 guys I want to shout out for the star. I know you didn't ask this question, but Jonathan Taylor for sure. Ballin. People have kind of wrote him off after some of the clown antics, dropping the ball before the goal line last year, just that whole debacle. He's really kind of stepped up this year and been kind of a comforting blanket for the Colts to lean into when they need 5 yards. He's been killing it on the ground. Also, just some big plays. And then I think Devontae Adams for sure stepped up for the Rams last week, big time, had a big week. Someone who I see is going to carry this momentum into, and I mean, I bought him in a couple other fantasy leagues I was in because I was really bullish on him, and I think it's just going to continue to get better. And then I don't know, kind of a bust. I think I gotta go Nico Collins here. But I mean, it's kind of hard because I know that's kind of a reflection of your quarterback, but I mean, he's the guy in Houston. He has to get separation. He needs to get the ball, make big plays. And I mean, he had 1 touchdown. He did kind of drop the second touchdown pass. I know that was a tough play, and CJ kind of, wasn't a great pass, but you're the best wide receiver on that team. You got to come up with that play, in my opinion. So I'm going to put CJ Stroud as that kind of bum of the week.
Fair enough. For me, I didn't realize how much of a gem this guy was since this year. I mean, I've always liked him, obviously, since I drafted him a couple years ago. But
Oh.
JSN, man, I love JSN. It's awesome to see Sam Darnold slinging it. The offense is built around JSN, which is crazy to say, but he's had almost 20. He's had 23 targets through the first 2 weeks, 8 catches last week, 9 catches week 1, over 100 yards both games. The only issue is he hasn't found the end zone. But again, being a volume guy, I just love to see the volume. So he is my personal star of the week. Also, honorable mention. I also want to shout out Malik Neighbors. We'll say Malik Neighbors. He has 25 targets through the first 2 weeks. The Giants are 0-2, but where's he sitting at? He is wide receiver 2 right now, which is very impressive. Despite all the inconsistencies that you get from usual Giant quarterbacks and just the Giant situation, Malik Neighbors, you are a star. In terms of clowns, I mean, I feel like it's easy to go right back to AJ Brown, who through 2 weeks doesn't even have a sum total of 10 points right now.
Maybe
so,
Jalen Hurts
again,
was a clown this week.
Hey, man, tush push. Come on, mate. He thinks he's nice, man.
I might need to fix my pick. I have faith in Alec to get us right.
Yeah, Alec will get us right. And then real quick, my actual clown or another clown, I thought I just had it. I almost want to put Genty in there. I'll just say Ashton Genty. I don't put it all on him, obviously. I don't think the Raiders are a great team, clearly. But it's just all like average. This is a guy that, at the running back position, and even in terms of fantasy, in a lot of leagues, he was going number 4 or 5 overall. He doesn't even have 20 points through the first 2 weeks. So it's been pretty disappointing. And he's kind of a clown. So lock in Genty. What you got, Simi?
Love it, boys. Star, I'm going to go ARSB. Amon-Ra St. Brown, my guy. 3 tutties, almost 40 fantasy points. I somehow lost having him in 2 leagues. I lost both of those leagues, but still a hell of a performance from ARSB. And I feel like some people were down on his vibes coming into this year, and it looks like there's more greatness coming for Amon-Ra St. Brown. And then a clown, I mentioned this on one of the pods during the summer, kind of worried about Marvin Harrison Jr. I have him in a redraft league, and he's just so up, down, all over the place, kind of like shades of last year. And he dropped a couple targets, one nasty drop on the sideline, good route, sat in space and just hit both hands and straight up dropped it. Kind of worried about his prospects the rest of the year. And then CK on the Genty point, I think all those rookie running backs, Harvey, Travion, G&T, I know I mentioned this in the group chat, a lot of people drafting them high. Their ADPs were high and moving up throughout the summer, and people spent some heavy draft capital on those guys. And then we have guys like J.K. Dobbins outplaying them, and Nick Chubb, which honestly makes sense. And yeah, I mean, these guys all have potential and talent, but maybe a little bit overhyped.
Yeah, and real quick, dude, I got to put Caleb Johnson in there too. I mean, he wasn't going first round in a lot of redraft leagues, but I mean, I saw some leagues where he was going round 4, round 5. I mean, bro, he has. I mean, obviously we know the fiasco that happened, but he's negative on the year in terms of fantasy points. Yeah. I mean, he's not only bad. I mean, he's actually like negative.
Historically bad.
Yeah, he had negative.
He's hurting your team
in every way. Yeah. So he had negative 0.2 points week 1 against the Jets, and then against the Seahawks he had one rush attempt for 1 yard. So he had 0.1 points. So right now he's sitting at a whopping negative 0.1 points on the year. Yeah, I think that kind of shows like a little microcosm, but obviously extremed just in terms of overall how these rookie running backs are struggling. That's wild.
Fiasco.
Sheesh. All right, fellas. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you for watching, guys.